What? They voted in favor of Brexit, to leave the European Union. You're kidding me. It's like they voted themselves off the island in Survivor. It's like voting not to play in the Champions League in next year's season. It's like scoring an own goal. It's an IQ test for British people, and they failed miserably. So all the old poor people in the rural and peri-urban areas voted to depart when all the well-off young liberal people in the cities would have preferred to stay in. It's unbelievable. It's incredible. The economic consequences are going to be felt for years. But you know what? Now that I think of it, we'd all be blundering if we felt this was the beginning of the end and the source of long-term problems, because, of course, people are very flexible, adaptable, and they'll find a way of prospering. So there you go. I feel better already. What? This is more nonsense now from China. It's about the iPhone 6. Apparently, there's some poxy company in China called Shenzhen Beili, which has got a phone called the 100C. And some court in China has ruled that Apple, the iPhone 6 designed in California by Sir Johnny Ive, violated the patents of the Shenzhen Beili 100C. You've got to be kidding me. And this is on top of the decision last month that by some other Chinese court that the iPhone brand, or the name iPhone, could be used on like handbags and other accessories and didn't violate Apple's patent on the iPhone. Anyway, what rubbish. Some decision by Apple is now to take this on review to a higher court in Beijing. The solution, of course, is for Apple to hurry up the design of the iPhone 7, right? Let's get that onto the market and make sure it looks different from the iPhone 6 so we can sell another 100 million of those every single quarter. Shipping giant AP Moller Maersk, otherwise known as Maersk, it's a Danish company, announced this week that the board is intending to split the company up. Wow, big news. They fired the CEO and the share price rallied quite sharply. But I'm thinking splitting. That's not a comfortable word when you're talking about boats, ships, and that sort of thing. So when a big ship rams the coastline and the hull breaks, splits in two and the water starts rushing in. Speaking of floating, sinking, and splitting, the Nigerian federal government decided this week to float the Naira. So you remember what was before. They had this absurd situation where they had the official Naira, which was like 197 to the US dollar. And then they had the sort of unicorn or black market rate, which was like 350 Naira to the US dollar. Anyway, this week the federal government decided to float the Naira, which basically means removing the currency restrictions. And the currency fell by 30% on the first day. I was just saying that's not floating, that's sinking, right? That's sinking. Anyway, before we get carried away, remember, this is good news, people, good news, because it's all about normalization of the currency free floating market. Credit rating agency Moody's actually gave Nigeria a huge thumbs up and upgraded their sovereign rating.